Yo, what's going down, everybody? Brother Stevani is here, Command Center Wargaming. Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're going to have a look at the Warhammer Part 2 2020 previews in more depth. I did a bit of a video just very quickly last night as I was watching the Twitch and having information come to me from friends and clubs and stuff like that who were posting stuff around. I posted some stuff on the new word bearer models. Now, I was watching the Twitch a bit. I didn't remember seeing those word bearer models actually mentioned in the Twitch. Might have just been me, but I was kind of juggling between the Twitch and talking to them. And so what I did was in the last video, I said it was a leak. It actually wasn't a leak as far as I know. What I think it was is the guy who sent it to me was just pressing refresh on the Warhammer community page. And it just so happened they must have uploaded it up on the Warhammer community page just faster than, like, you know, what they announced it. But again, I must have missed something there, but I did not see those word bearers in the Twitch video. Maybe I missed it, I don't know. But it just seems funny to me because I was checking back on the Twitch stream quite frequently, like literally every couple of seconds, maybe 30, 40 seconds. And, you know, I would think that, you know, a 30k release, and apparently they are 30k models now. We actually know that now because it's been announced. I would have thought that would have been pretty high on their schedule for talking about on Warhammer Twitch. So let me know in the comments. Someone let me know in the comments down below, please. You know, did they actually cover the word bearers models in the Twitch? Maybe they did. I don't know. I must have missed it. They're definitely in the Warhammer community section, but I don't remember them covering it in the Twitch. Fantastic. So anyway, yeah, let's get on to the video now. Before we sort of get into it, I start to unpack every little thing here in a little bit more detail and some of the other observations that we've had about the word bearers and things like that. I just want to start off on a really, really positive note. One of the things that happened, which they spoke about last night, was this. And essentially what it is, it's a gift voucher that Games Workshop are giving away for free. It's only a $5 value, or £5, which is probably about, I don't know, maybe $7 Australian, probably like, I don't know, $6 US, whatever it converts to, with every £50 you spend, right? And then if you spend £100, then you'll get a £10 bonus, all right? Which, look, it doesn't really seem to be that much. And I admit, it's really not that much. But you know, I've seen a lot of controversial stuff, you know, chats in the Facebooks and stuff like that. I'm really getting heavily involved in Warhammer 40k fans on Facebook. Aside from them, like 200 of them liking one of my Dreadnought paintings, I just found the convos there are pretty decent, and they let people speak freely, which is very important for me, without hurting anybody, without offending anybody, and being civil, of course. You know. But you know, but a lot of people in there were saying that, you know, that like, oh, this is garbage and stuff like that. And I must say, a lot of people were giving Games Workshop credit too. Don't get me wrong, but I just want to say, look, this is a massive thing for Games Workshop. Like, I can't say if I've ever gotten anything free from Games Workshop, all right? But what I can say is, if I had, it never would have been anything substantial, right? You know, in terms of, you know, yeah, like, this is nearly unheard of. Games Workshop do not discount anything. Games Workshop do not, as far as I know, from my experience with them, and I've been a customer since I was like, I don't know, like 12 or 13, 14, I think, when I was getting my first paychecks. They don't discount anything. Like, I spent, like, you know, I remember one time, I'm embarrassed to tell you the amount of money I've spent in their stores. Before, like, their prices got a little bit too ridiculous for me. And even then, they would not give me, I think I got a pin for free once. One of the managers, I can't say where, because I don't want to get him in trouble, he was full, like, cloak and dagger about it. Literally gave me away a pin. One time I got a free bag, which wasn't even a free bag. It's just that I asked for a bag after they needed to charge me the 25 cents, and then they just gave it to me. And then I just gave him the 25 cents anyway, because I was just like, yeah, whatever. And then the other time, when I bought a Shadow Spear box, there was a special collector's edition set of cards which didn't come with the pre-order that I got. But the manager there ended up throwing them in for me for free anyway, and he was literally like, I can lose my job over this, and you know, and all that, and don't tell anyone. And I'm still not telling anyone who it was, so they can't lose their job, but I believe they've moved on from GW from now anyway, so it's all good. But my point here is so I kept looking up here because there's a spider crawling up my wall. So it's Australia, guys. All right, so bear with me. I think something's happened with him. I don't know where he's gone. Maybe dropped down somewhere. But anyway, I'll take care of that tyranny later. But anyway, this is fantastic for Games Workshop. Absolutely fantastic, and mad credit to Games Workshop. You know, I'm going to be honest, and I'm not going to say everything's going to be great about what I'm going to say about Games Workshop today in this video. I just want to warn everybody now, so if there are, you know, fan people and you know, the Games Workshop can do no wrong people, just to warn you, like, this isn't one of those shill videos, buy everything videos now, I need it now, all that rubbish. I'm just going to be straight up honest on what my opinion is. This channel isn't endorsed by anyone, it's just me doing videos on my opinion, and to generate discussion. So that's to talk about the hobby we love. So yeah, like, I think this is absolutely fantastic, and it's to the end of April, and it's just awesome. So, and from what I know, you just basically go through and you can reclaim it over gamesworkshop.com. But you know, just check out the ruling there. You know, it's funny because, you know, I hear a lot of people saying that, like, you know, in this time that we're going through right now, and I'm not going to go completely into all that. This is going to be positive. I'm not talking about the outside world. We don't come out inside world, real world. This is the place where we escape that crap. But a lot of people are saying, like, oh, Games Workshop are doing unscrupulous things to get people to spend more money when they should be buying food and all that stuff. Now, I've questioned Games Workshop on, you know, their sales practices many times, and everybody knows this. But in this instance, I don't think they are. The argument was that I seen on a lot of Facebook groups and things like that was basically that, like, you know, by giving people these vouchers, it's not enough for, you know, anything substantial, and it will encourage people to buy, you know, say Warhammer aside from food, because they'll get this like £10 or £10 or £5 voucher. Well, here's the thing, like, I'd like to think everybody, as much as I love this hobby, and I'm pretty bad with my plastic crack, and as you can see, I mean, you know, okay, you know, I'm pretty bad with it, okay, but look, nobody, in my opinion, should be at the point where they're going to be buying miniatures, as much as we love them, over food. And I don't think Games Workshop should be, like, to blame for people who are going to be irresponsible like that. You know, maybe there are people out there who would do that, not eating or not having their family eat for a week or so, whatever. But I think in my brain, that just seems very, 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 it's science fiction to me. Like, it's like, you know, I don't know. But the world does surprise me, every day. But to me, I think this is nothing but excellent, and thank you to Games Workshop. And no, I'm not just, you know, thanking everything that they do, because I'm about to rip them an asshole and some things here, especially the animation stuff, which everybody on the channel would, you know, pretty much know that, like, I'm into, and that I'm pretty much a professional expert on at Hollywood levels, AAA game levels. But that's just it. Okay, so yeah, all right, positive thing. Excellent, fantastic. Thank you, Games Workshop. This is awesome. Great work. Okay, so let's move on. So, in addition to this, okay, we're going to go through, we're going to have a look here at some of the other releases that were going on. So we had the Age of Sigma, okay, and we had these Elven Warriors here, the Lumineth Realm Lords box. Now, this was the box I kind of mentioned. This was basically like an elves box set. Did I just say elder? I believe I did. Sorry. I'm still getting over my cold. As I said last night, thankfully it looks like it wasn't the bad one, but I've been sick like in 1 month, I've been sick 3 times. The first time, I think I got it off one of Tom Hanks's producers before I left my last job. And so it might have been that big thing. I don't know, but I never tested it out or anything. But all I know is it's either the same reoccurring cold or it's like, I don't know. But anyway, off topic here. We don't need to know about that. But yeah, bear with me, guys. I got the cold again, okay? Fantastic. So yeah, here we go. Some cool minis. Here we are. We have them here. I think these look fantastic. I think these look absolutely fantastic. They come with rules too. We've got lightning reactions. So during the combat phase, when it is your turn to pick a unit to fight, you can pick 2 eligible units instead of 1. Now, I'm not a massive Age of Sigmar player. I have played it. I do play it. I do have multiple Age of Sigmar armies, but I've really been into my 30k and my 40k at the moment. So I'm not going to rules lawyer this, okay? I'm just read it out. So let me know in the comments down below if we have. I think Jonathan Hanna, I think you're a massive Age of Sigmar player. So maybe you want to lend some opinion onto this. Let us know if this is a good stratagem or not. If you do so, each of these units can fight one after the other in order of your choice, okay? So that's them there. And look, I can speak about the models though, and I think they look really good. I think they do look a little bit smaller. They do look a little bit more frail than some of the other models. He looks boss, or he or she, I don't know, I can't tell. Basically, but that's elves. That's the elves, of the fantasy realm, or the Age of Sigmar realm, So it kind of makes sense that their models would be like a little bit more frail and stuff like that, And I think it's good. Now, the other thing as well is I think that the model design is actually a lot more consistent with previous sort of elven design in Warhammer Fantasy and Age of Sigmar. Some of the models from the previous release I didn't like too much. Like they weren't elven. I think they were part of that Minotaur race, and they were like cultists of the Minotaur or whatever, and they had those kind of like really weird hooks coming down from their heads. I think Idic Beer made a comment on his Facebook group, basically saying he didn't like those models. I agree. I wasn't too big on them either. To me, they kind of looked like that Rita character's hat from Power Rangers. You know how she has those like bells or horn whistles coming? That's just me, right? If you love them, that's great. More power to you, right? But it's just my opinion. So that's them. And initially, look, I said that it was a bit mad, but now I'm actually re-looking at these models, especially this character. I'm actually looking at these models. I'm actually thinking that, like maybe my initial comment of it being a bit mad was a little bit inaccurate. But please forgive me. As I said, I was trying to get intel while watching the Twitch. And, like I said, I do have my opinions on the official Games Workshop Twitch. I don't find it very entertaining, to be honest. But that's another topic for another time. Like that's just me once again, my opinion. But what I think I like about these models too, there's a lot of uniqueness going on while they still fit the overall aesthetic of the model. So even here you've got like sort of these like little bits of plastic wheat sort of coming up from them and that, which is fantastic because I haven't seen that before in a Games Workshop model. Now maybe that's around, maybe there's been Age of Sigmar stuff that's come out on, but I know I definitely haven't seen that modeled into my Stormcast Eternals. Now, whether that's part of the model kit or whether that's maybe an additional sort of thing you can buy, that's another story for another time. But even sort of like the swords are looking really, really nice. Just the overall sort of, this is kind of more elven. It's, it's nothing really new there, but it's consistent. Some of the tokens and things like that. This looks like a good box. I don't believe we have the price yet, but either way, it looks like a pretty good box. I'm just going to play this really quickly. A lot of this was a little bit of, again, guys, look, I admit, some of my videos aren't exactly the most concise, but I'm kind of just like a random hobbyist who just does YouTube for fun with Warhammer. You know what I mean? Like, I don't work for Games Workshop. It's not my brand. I just talk about what I love as a hobbyist and a customer. But I'm just finding these Games Workshop videos to be extremely heavy in the not clickbait. I can't think of the word now. It's basically just, you know, eating up time, like, to get to the view. Like, I don't care about these people. I don't care about that. Just get to the content. This is what I care about, guys. Like, you know, I'm a YouTuber here, and, like, I'm not even a very good one probably, you know, but I just do it the way I like to do it. But even I know you don't go... I mean, look, I might start off with a freaking rant or whatever, and I tell people that's a rant video. I would never go, like, release the lion or talk about, like, you know, oh, the lion's out, and then have, like, you know, 15 minutes of me talking about, you know, my friggin', like, what socks I'm wearing today and stuff. Or, like, you know, like, this is just redundant. And this is something I think Games Workshop need to look at. They even admitted themselves they had a lot of feedback saying that they needed to be more concise in regards to their show. Now, guys, you are professionals. You are getting paid for it. I'm sorry to say... Maybe get yourself some media training or something like that. Add some personality into your videos. Like, even me, if there is someone watching this from GW, God bless you. I know you need the work. I know the stores are shut down, and I 100% agree with... I think I know what you're doing with the whole Twitch thing. You need to justify your jobs somehow, and that's completely fine by me. I will support that even, okay? Because you guys need jobs and you deserve jobs, but... Man, I'm just a dude in my bedroom too, like they are on Twitch, but at least have something cool in the background, not dirty walls and friggin' wood rotting and, like, just cringy rooms. You know, like, I mean, my room is kind of lit at least, you know what I mean? Like, anyway, I digress, okay? I'm kind of guilty of what I'm preaching about, but once again, I ain't the official Games Workshop, you know, YouTube channel, and I expect more from that. You know, this is like a 20-30 minute video maximum. These guys want me to sit through a 1.5 hour Twitch video of my good time, you know, so I don't want my time wasted. And yes, I know I don't have to watch it, so I'm probably not going to watch it from now on, to be honest. I'll just wait for my mates to post me the links from Warhammer community. But anyway, whoa, that's very loud. Just going to play this video. I thought I did turn that down. You can see I have a little bit of a video here going on. Like, it's just very quick, you know. This is basically what we saw last night, so I think you can understand that, you know, when I did give that, I saw that in like a split second while the word bearer models were being sent to me over, you know, wherever I got them from. And it may have been a leak, it may not have, you know. But you know what? That's the good thing about being Alpha Legion. You never really know for sure, so... You know, we're all Alfarius here, brothers, you know, but let's just say that, you know, for official purposes, they were up on the website first. Wink, wink. But who really knows, you know. So, yeah, that's the box. And then going down Blood Bowl, this is this Tree Man that came out. Now, I'm not heavily into Blood Bowl. If you are, that's awesome. A lot of my friends are really into it. I'll just let this keep going. Just going to stop this here 1 second because chances are it's already like nearly 2 days later or a full day later. So chances are everybody would have seen this already. If you're watching this, it's probably just to get my perspective on it or have a chat about it. So like, this is the kind of thing that boggles me. You know, I feel as though, and like, not to ditch, you know, Blood Bowl, and, you know, God bless, you know, or whoever you believe in, Blood Bowl, or whatever you believe in, or whatever, okay, but, like, I just feel as though, you know, the Eldar, and this is a thing with the Twitch format, you know, these elves, I keep calling them Eldar, because this is what Eldar are, they're like elves in the future, like, these elves should be, so there's that kind of, like, weird, like, horn thing, should take more screen time on the Twitch, you know, than this Tree Man. Like, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, he's cool and everything, but from what I know, like, Blood Bowl is it's a niche game, right? And I'm very, very happy that Games Workshop is giving time to niche games, but I think in the Twitch, they needed to cover the elves a little bit more, right? Because I don't care about their little text, whatever they are saying now, okay? What I care about is the content, okay? So that's just me, though. Let's just play this one. And that was it for that. So it's Tree Man. Tree Man is Tree Man. Yeah. Then we had the Horus Heresy. So yeah, once again, I didn't see this in the Twitch video. Maybe it came up really fast. But I do believe I had the pictures beforehand. I believe they were on the Warhammer community beforehand. But once again, I am Alfarius also. So who really knows the truth? We've had some amazing new releases for the Horus Heresy lately, which we have. I still rate that Lion model, even though it's got its faults. But not much for the original Heretics, which is true. Although we did have some Night Lord stuff coming out. I mean, has been a bit of Night Lord stuff. The Word Bearers, one of the first legions to get attention in the Horus Heresy miniatures range. They were. However, while they have some stunning character series models, they don't have any models to represent your own arch malefactors until now, which is actually true, and I think that's really important. I think it was a good decision to expand the Word Bearers range with general troops or maybe sort of minor characters, if you will, than putting out a Lorga at this time, for example, because these can be also converted to general sort of Centurions and stuff like that, or just normal Terminators if you so wish. Now, I don't know about the Flame. I discussed this more in another video, so I'm not going to get too heavy on it. But the other thing I didn't add in the last video, which Adam Fox actually pointed out, well, I pointed out, he agreed. We probably pretty much saw it at the same time, right? But I said he looks like, it reminds me of Event Horizon, like basically with these little sort of studs and the gaps in his face. And Adam Fox said, he goes, Steve, it looks like Sam Neill from Event Horizon. And I'm just like, yeah, like, it completely freaking does look like Sam Neill, to me anyway. I think from memory, Sam Neill even had that little goatee beard thing at one point, but I don't know, I haven't seen it about... But I checked it out a couple of months ago. I was showing it to someone, but yeah, I haven't watched the whole movie for about 2 years. But yeah, from memory, I don't know, just reminds me of Sam Neill. That's awesome. But here's the thing, just to keep, Paul Austin made a point, and I completely agree with him. He said, "This is nice, Steve, but where are the Emperor's children?" And I gotta completely agree with Paul Austin there, and it was one of the thoughts I had as well. I was a little bit disappointed with this preview, to be honest, although there are a lot of positive things to say. I was really hoping for some Emperor's Children models, even if it was just Noise Marines. Now, with that said, though, however, I don't want to come across too negative with this, because, usually the way it works is with stuff like this. They've already said they want to do it in a 3-part structure. So, usually the way it works with is basically you go, okay, really big release on the first sort of preview, just to get everybody hooked in. I didn't watch the first Twitch episode. I don't go on Twitch, but the second episode I got into it because of the stuff that was released at first. The second one in the middle is kind of like a bit, cool stuff, but nothing too crazy. And then you save the big bang for the end. Okay. So obviously, look, Games Workshop want us all watching their Twitch. I'm quite happy to do that. In fact, I think it's a good thing that they're doing it, but I also think that they need to, at the same time, they need to improve their show, to be honest. And, I'm not Games Workshop. I don't have as many subscribers as Games Workshop in that text, but for someone who's worked in, presenting and stuff for real, and also media and things, I have an understanding of what makes a good host, if you will, and I'm just not feeling it from the current presentation there. So anyway, but I think, look, Duncan got it correct, at least. You know, I think he was a little bit limited there to what he was able to do. I understand he has his own channel now, and that's fantastic. But like the guy Duncan was a really good presenter. You know, yeah. But anyway, so cool. So we got the word bearers, then we got the Hobbit stuff. So Quest of the Ring Bearer, basically some new models there as well. All right, so basically some minor heroes, basically from the Ranger Heavy Force. All right, Mandrill and Damrod. Okay, so it's fantastic. Now this is going to get its own video, Angels of Death. I'm not going to play the whole thing here because it's going to get its own video. But look, I'm not going to say I'm disappointed because I wasn't expecting. I didn't have my hopes raised for this. I wasn't a fan of the Hell Search series. I know a lot of people are, and that is absolutely fine. Some of the debates I've had with people online have been that, oh, but you've got to give them credit for having a good story. My response to that is basically that I don't give media credit for having a good story because it should just have it there from the beginning. I expect like stuff to have a good story. The quality that I expect, like, okay, Astartes has its faults. I like Astartes. Astartes is a tremendous achievement, okay, for one person. It is a tremendous achievement. As a professional AAA game person who's worked on AAA games as an animator, Hollywood level feature film, okay, and also a professor of 3D and CG, I will 100% say Astartes, it has faults, but it is still a fantastic achievement for one person. This, on the other hand, I'm seeing Space Marine from 2000 and whenever it was, that Ultramarine movie that a lot of people didn't like. Now I didn't mind it. I think it was 2011 or 12 it came out. You know, but you know, I would have thought that GW would have learnt from that by now. Like I said, this is going to get its own video, so stay tuned to the channel. I'm going to give this a massive serve. Not impressed. A lot of people online are agreeing with me, so I'm not the only one. And like I was saying before, you know, if you like it, that's fantastic, and I don't want to take that away from you. But there are a lot of elements about this which are just not, I don't think the production value is where it needs to be for official Games Workshop production. That is what I'm saying. We're not on YouTube anymore, Games Workshop, okay? If you want people to watch your stuff, you are a massive multi-million-dollar company, all right? You know, I don't want to rip on these guys too much, but like, once again, you know, let's leave that there for now. Another video for another time. But Astartes shits on this with a bullet. It's got its faults, but it's good. This has got nothing on Astartes, and I think that, I mean, look, you know, even Inquisitor, Lord Inquisitor from like 10 years ago looks better than this. Ultramarine, I mean, there's a shot in here of a Space Marine, and one of the biggest peeves about Ultramarines from 2011 or whatever it was basically on the faces and them not looking correct. There's a shot, there he is, that is horrible. I'm sorry, like, I can't even center the texture. What are you doing, man? Like, look at this cringy, guys. A video on this is coming, and I'm gonna rip the shit out of it because this is dog shit work. I'm telling you now, like, this is, man, yeah. Look at that. That is horrible normal mapping. Horrible. There's no. Look at this. It's too deep. There's no inner. There's, you know, this should be subtle detail. You know, there should be variance in this normal map. Look how like, yeah. Anyway, another video, another time. Moving on. Some of the models are pretty decent. I wouldn't say they're great. They're textured horribly. But look, you know, I'm pretty sure this model, which is pretty much the only decent model I've seen, the only decent thing I've seen in this video, was actually probably just given to them by the developers from Battlefleet Gothic, excuse me. in this, which this is taken from. I believe they're taking it from there. But look, I'll do a whole nother video on this another time. I think my computer's going to reset, so I'll leave it with the Air Brothers. Command Center Wargaming. I'll chat to you next time. Please let me know your opinions down below in the comments. Look after yourself. Keep rolling.